right, let's end with a little levity going on here, folks. So what we have here is the title of the show. We're going happy you guys who joined us right now is a good time for you, but we're going to be talking about some characters from a little TV show called The Boys, and we're going to be ranking them based on how likely they would be to support one Elon Musk. So we have a few categories here. We're going to have the heavily pro-Elon category, slightly pro-Elon, slightly anti-Elon, heavily anti-Elon, or my favorite, would this character do the right thing and actually end this Elon problem once and for all? So the characters we'll be ranking are Mother's
Take
Milk.
that however you will, you two
Exactly.
moderators.
Yeah, I phrased
whatever you think the right thing is.
Yeah,
will they do it?
Yeah, I phrased that specifically vague. So however you believe the right answer to handle Elon, that's what it is, you know, or maybe not if it's a violent one. That's not what we support here. But all right, the characters we're going to be ranking are as follows: Mother's Milk, Ashley, Billy Butcher, Sister Sage, Huey, Homelander, the original Black Noir, Stan Edgar, and Kamiko. Oh, John, I forgot about this. So just now, when I put these together, like the list of people here, I just went by the ones who I think would have funny answers, like ones that would be interesting or funny answers. And I started with Homelander. I was like, would it be funny? I don't know. And then I took him off. Then I added again, took him off. Then I said, listen, John. John's like, TJ, got to add Homelander. So you're right. How could we not add Homelander? How could we not do it? So we're going to do things the way I did last time here, and which will alternate. So I'll go first, and John, you go first, John, and then I'll pick, and then I'll go first, and you pick. So we'll start off with Mother's Milk. What do you think, John? Like, where would you rank him in this list here?
So Mother's Milk, obviously anti-Elon. The question is how much, and the answer to that is heavily Elon, but will not do the right thing. He would maybe want to. He would maybe be, thump his chest about it. But I think that if he was put in a place to do the right thing, he would not do it because he's a little bit of a pussy. But I don't know, TJ. What do you think?
You know what? I think the exact opposite. I think that it's hard to imagine a universe in which Mother's Milk would be pro Elon in any way. Yeah. He's too empathetic and intelligent. Like if you have that combination, there's no way. You can be one or the other and support Elon, but if you have them both, there's no way. But I think that in whatever universe this is, Mother's Milk would have seen the damage Elon Musk did and said, okay, this guy, just because of how he treated Soldier Boy. Like, and granted, Soldier Boy had a more direct connection to him, but I think with someone like Musk, I would say that he's going to be able to do the right thing and actually put a stop to this.
Well, that's actually why I say, and I'm fine with putting him in will do the right thing, but he seems to only have the severe anger towards people who have personally wronged him. He does not have that same anger towards, say, Stan Edgar. And I don't think that Mother's Milk would do the right thing with Stan Edgar. So therefore, I don't think he would do the right thing with an Elon Musk. If Elon Musk personally harmed Mother's Milk or his family, 100%. But assuming that didn't happen, again, I'm not going to fight too hard on this one. But that's my reasoning.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let's go on to our next category here. So we have Ashley. Ashley is one that is really tricky to me. Like where would Ashley stand on this? Because I think Ashley is not a good person. Now, very few people on this list are. Ashley is not a good person. She, is more selfish than probably anyone else on this list. Like she's always looking out for number one. I have a hard time believing someone who worked for Homelander would not also do everything that could work for Elon Musk. So I'm going hard on heavily pro Elon for Ashley. What do you think?
Yeah, Ashley. Well, can you put the categories up again? Because it's the top one is heavily pro Elon. What's the second? The second one slightly pro Elon. Yeah, like I think I would put her in slightly pro Elon because she would hate Elon. Like she would work for Elon. She would have Elon's baby, but she would hate him the entire time, just like she does with Homelander, with everyone she works for. She's a leech who hates her victims. But that is who. So she isn't like yay Elon in the same way that some other people on this list may be. But she's definitely pro Elon because she'll be on Elon's team as long as Elon is signing her checks.
Fair enough.
By the way, Ashley, one of my favorite characters in The Boys.
Ashley is so great.
The satire of Ashley is one of the few areas where The Boys is fairly subtle because you start off feeling bad for Ashley.
You do, yeah.
And by this point in the show, you're like, oh my God, Ashley might be worse than all of them. Like, she's so insidiously self-interested. At least Homelander has principles. They're evil principles. They're eugenic principles, but at least he has them. Ashley has none. It's actually gotten to the point where I'm starting to respect Ashley for surviving this long. Because she's the most self-interested person who's been as consistently in Homelander's sphere who hasn't been killed yet.
All right. So I think we're gonna have our first major disagreement here.
Right.
I don't think Ashley is the worst person in the show morally.
I'm not saying the worst, but like she is way more up there than one would have ever believed in season.
True. Okay, that's true. Yeah. My spot for worst person in the show, there's no competition. It is the Deep. The Deep is just a black hole of values, of intelligence, of morality, of principles. There's just nothing there at all. He is like a pure sociopath, like more than anyone I can think of in the show. And I don't know how the show is going to end, but how I hope it ends, like deep in my heart, I hope everyone dies but the Deep. That would be hilarious. It would be fantastic that of all people, the Deep is the one who survives. That's what I'm hoping. He's not on this list, but
because the Deep would clearly be very heavily pro Elon.
Absolutely, yeah.
But no, I think you're right that like he is just the worst. Like in every dimension, he's the worst.
just like,
but hilarious, like a great character.
Hilarious, yeah.
The actor's fantastic. It's a terrible person.
Because like you said, like Homelander has like principles. He has like ideals. He has,
and also Homelander was greatly unjustly just tortured in his childhood.
Yeah.
So like you get it. That did not happen in the Deep. He's always been a very attractive, charismatic man who's walked his way through life very easily.
Yeah, and so like Homelander, you can understand like Homelander wanting to get revenge on the people and the industry and the human beings that treated him that way as a child. And you can see Homelander has this vision of what the world should look like. Like, this is order, this is justice, this is what I'm going for here. You can even see how it's funny. One of my favorite scenes in The Boys is when Stormfront is talking to Ryan, and she's telling Ryan that the world, it has it out for white people, and that white people are being under attack, and this is genocide. And Homelander's like, what the fuck is going on? Like Homelander, like, I love that, because like you would think, like, obviously Homelander is meant to present like the blonde haired, blue eyed, Superman Nazi thing. Yeah, he fits that paradigm. However, Homelander would never give a fuck about something as superficial as skin color. Like, why would he care about that? It's superheroes and humans. That's all he cares about, right? Like that's his people. Like the fact that
basically has the philosophy of Voldemort. Like it's very identical. Just like, we're the superior race. We must kill you.
Exactly. Yeah,
you might say Magneto, but Magneto gets a little deeper about it.
Yeah. Homelander is a Viltrumite if he were born here, basically, and so
except he's not, because he's a pussy. At least the Viltrumites,
that's right. He's not.
At least the Viltrumites are
tough. All right, who we got next here? We got Billy Butcher. I think it's no, it's your turn, John. It's your turn, Billy Butcher.
Billy Butcher will do the right thing. But yeah, he'll do the right thing. Unless Elon helps him kill Homelander, in which case he'll be heavily pro Elon. Like it's really just like the circumstances will affect. I'm assuming Elon Musk is lined up on Homelander's side, but we know that Billy Butcher will do whatever it fucking takes to take down Homelander. He will be pro Elon, he will be anti Elon, as long as he wins this war. So it's hard to say. I would put him in do the right thing, because I assume he'd be on the Elon camp, and he would just kill him if it was advantageous. But what do you think?
Okay, let's say, all right. So in mine, I might surprise you here. I'm putting Billy Butcher in heavily pro Elon. But the funny thing is, I wasn't considering this in that this is where Homelander is involved. Like, I'm taking Homelander out of the equation. Like, if we brought Billy Butcher here, not if we took...
If we brought Billy Butcher... Okay, so if we brought Billy Butcher here into our world... Like that's... Easily... I'm sorry. He would do the right thing. Did I say kill? That was a slip of my tongue.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He would do the right thing with Elon Musk. I would agree with that more than.
Wait, no, that's not what I said. No, I think if you brought Billy Butcher here, I don't think he'd give a fuck. I think that I think he'd be pro Elon Musk. I think he'd be like, oh yeah, Elon Musk, because like Billy Butcher isn't a moral crusader by any chance whatsoever, right? He's not a nice person. I don't think he'd care. Like I don't get social justice vibes from Billy Butcher.
So I guess it also depends what version of Billy Butcher we're talking about, because like Billy Butcher, he does at least start out with a moral reasoning for why he's doing what he's doing, and is very clearly I'm totally okay with enacting violence on others as long as it's for the greater good. Like that is 100% his philosophy. And it seems to me that he would come down to it's for the greater good that Elon Musk stops hurting people. Now, it would have to get pretty bad for Billy Butcher to waste his time with someone like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. But I don't think he'd be like philosophical bedfellows with Elon. That's what I'm saying. Like Billy Butcher is like an ultimate utilitarian of like, if Elon Musk helps me, I'm pro. I'm not really pro or against anything. I'm just, if it helps my goals, it works. So that's why I say it's more likely that he would be oppositional to Elon Musk.
You know what? You moved me, John. I am going to put him in the slightly anti-Elon category. You dropped me down two rungs there. Okay. All right. I didn't think I would move that, but you made a good argument there. What did Kyle say? Butcher is supposed to be the hypocritical leftists who say they want to take down the system, but really want to run it.
Oh, I disagree with that, Kyle. No, like Butcher wants to take down. Butcher would rather everyone in the world die in a nuclear holocaust than allow a world to continue with Homelander in it. Like he is. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but at the end of the last season, spoiler, he's planning to commit genocide against all soups.
Yeah,
I forget exactly how that ended at the end, if he like turned on that or whatnot, but like. He's gonna do it. Like he's not the hypocritical ones. He's the utterly crazy tankies. That's who Billy Butcher
He killed
is.
Newman. He's gonna kill them all. Yeah. All right. So it's my turn here. Who do we got next? Next on the list, we have Sister Sage. Now, Sister Sage was a very difficult one for me.
Oh, really? Because I think it's easy.
Well, so it's difficult for me because like I think she'd be heavily anti-Elon. That's my original thought. Because, I mean, I would imagine her, in the beginning of the show, she thought Homelander was an idiot. That was a moron. Sister Sage, she developed a plan to fix climate change. But then thinking about how her character progressed, and she said, yeah, every time I had a good idea, people shut me down. They didn't listen. Nothing ever gets any better. What's the point? And she kind of developed this nihilism. And at the end of the season, she's like, all right, I'm on Homelander's side now. So it's kind of hard for me to gauge like what her actual goal is. But I have a hard time believing the smartest person in the world would just not take wild offense. Like she's got to submit to Homelander because he could, laser her to death. Elon Musk is not going to outsmart Sister Sage. So that's why I'm putting her in the strongly anti-Elon category. I don't think she'd kill him, but I think that she would, use other abilities to fight against him. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I would say that philosophically, it's similar to Ashley, where she would not like Elon. Elon would represent all of the people who were chosen above her who were idiots, and she would hate him for that.
Yes,
but I mean, can you get a better mark? Like Sister Sage would manipulate the fuck out of Elon, and I guess you're right that he's only as good to her as his usefulness, and the fact that he can't kill her like Homelander could means that she could just take whatever she wants from him. But I imagine she's usually the kind of person who doesn't kill unless it's absolutely necessary, because she usually has a better way of extracting value from you. So I would say that she's, wherever we placed Ashley, slightly pro Elon. That's where she would be at this point in the show, and she'd be using him, but she will do anything for her own reasons if it behooves her in a heartbeat.
Damn. All right. So slightly pro Elon. All right. This is a good one here. Huey. John, where would we put Huey in this category?
Heavily anti-Elon, won't do the right thing. He would be, and it's funny. I actually think Huey's one of the most interesting people to discuss here, because first season Huey, heavily pro Elon. He loves Teslas. He loves the electric cars. He thinks Elon is going to save the environment and take us to Mars. Season 5 Huey, Not heavily anti-Elon. He's read up on his theory and understands that Elon is a villain here who needs to be dealt with. But he won't do the right thing because that's what Huey is.
So you don't think he'd have the guts to do it, to actually go through with it?
I don't think Elon's bad enough in his like Huey has an infinite amount of patience for people who are far worse than Elon Musk. I can't imagine Elon Musk is passing the we need to have a permanent solution to this problem category for him.
All right. I was juggling between slightly anti-Elon and heavily anti-Elon. I wasn't sure because you're right. Like in the beginning, Huey doesn't go out looking for a fight here. Like Huey's just minding his own business, and he gets involved like when it personally affects him. So would he be oblivious to this? Is this just something that he just kind of like in this universe? Would there be a boys type group to loop him in and say, "Oh, we really need to fight against Elon"? But learning more and more about Huey's character as time goes on, I can't possibly see him ever being in the pro Elon categories, neither one. And I can't see him saying, okay, yes, I need to take care of this guy, whatever that means. So I'm putting him in the heavily anti-Elon category. Yeah. All right.
No, I think that's exactly where I think that we're the most right about that of everyone so far. I'm most confident in that.
Yes. Kyle says he has too much compound V in his system and it would kill. Oh, he's talking about Butcher.
He's saying, in the comics, Butcher reverts on the plan because it would kill him. I don't think that's what's going to happen here. The show is much better than the comics, even though the show has deteriorated slightly. I do think that we're going to see a very different ending than anything that happens in the comics.
Okay, so this might be our most controversial one. I don't know. I have no idea what John's going to say here. Homelander. Would Homelander be pro Elon Musk, anti Elon Musk, or would he do the right thing and take care of this Elon problem once and for all? So
Go ahead.
Oh, so it's going to be your call, John. But so my guess is that I'm going to put Homelander heavily pro Elon. That's where I'm putting Homelander, and I'm putting him here because we mentioned like Homelander, he wants nothing more. He wants nothing more than to be loved. Like he and Elon share that. They have that in common, that the love of the people means everything to them. They have all the power in the world, but it's not enough. But I don't think they would bond over that. That's not where I'm going. I don't think they would bond over that. But Homelander has held on to people far less useful than Elon Musk, right? That's how I put it right here, is that Homelander kept Ashley around forever. He was heartbroken when A-Train left. Like people that wouldn't serve a tenth of the value to Homelander building his brand and Homelander, spreading his popularity as inexplicably someone like Elon Musk would do. Homelander would be very annoyed that Elon Musk is just popular somehow, that people actually love and adore him. He would be very jealous and very angry. But I think as much as Homelander is obsessed with market popularity. And Elon Musk has a lot of wealth and influence. He also would look really good next to Elon Musk too. It's like, oh man, look at that fucking loser over there. I think so. I'm putting him. I don't think he would do the right thing. I don't think he would be anti anyone with that much wealth and influence. I'm putting him in heavily pro Elon. What do you think, John? Am I way off?
TJ, I could not agree more.
Oh, good. I was hoping that. All right. I was worried on this one. I didn't know where you would go.
Ashes of a feather flock together. We all know this. Like when they are of even close power, where their power is useful to one another, fascists will consolidate that power. And they are both fundamentally fascist people. Now, could it end in Homelander killing Elon because any given reason? Obviously. But he'd probably still be heavily pro Elon ideologically as he does it. And I would imagine that any world where Homelander and Compound V exist, Elon Musk is taking the shit out.
Oh, God, he is.
Elon Musk would be a very powerful soup if Compound V existed, because he would make sure of that. And he'd be an addict, but he would have very strong soup. So there's... I thought like, oh, well, he'd kind of hate Elon. He's like, pretending to be this big, important human. But no, he wouldn't be a human. He would be a soup. So like the only time that he would be anti-Elon is if Elon was still human, which I just don't see in any version of the reality we're talking about here.
I didn't think about Elon becoming a soup in the universe. I think if he was human, he would still keep him around.
He'd still be pro Elon. But like Homelander hates Edgar. but that's because Edgar is oppositional to him.
Yeah.
Whereas
Elon would not be. He would not be.
In fact, Homelander would be extra susceptible to Elon's style of manipulation. Whatever Elon's doing to Donald Trump, he could easily do to Homelander in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Yeah, I think that Elon would be snuggled up right next to Homelander.
All right, I agree. All right, next on the list, Black Noir, the original Black Noir. Or where do you think he would stand with Elon?
I think that he would be slightly anti-Elon, but still go along with it anyway. I was interesting why you put the original Black Noir on this list, because I feel like he's kind of a flat character. But I also might be misremembering things. So what are your thoughts on him?
So when we first meet Black Noir in the first couple, by the way, I love the name Black Noir. Like his name is Black Dark. Like it's just like it's
so funny.
It's so funny. Really funny. That is so funny. But
and it's really funny that he is black.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
You totally see the commentary there. Just like, yeah, we're gonna name the black guy Black.
Well, they actually had a funny scene in the first season when Homelander is talking about how they have 2 women on the team where we're diverse, and Maeve is bisexual, and Black Noir, well, we really don't know what his skin color is, so who knows? So I thought that was pretty funny. And then we will make him a black guy. But Black Noir, once again, like a lot of characters in the show, the principles that they have of fighting against evil only seem to manifest when the evil works against them. They're essentially like, every Republican you've ever met. And so Black Noir, his original goal when we finally hear him talk, he wants to be in show business. He's sick of being, behind the mask. He wanted to be in like Lethal Weapon or something like that. And Soldier Boy said, "You're not funny. You're not going to make it. You need to stay on the team," and beats the shit out of him. And so he has the brain damage, and then he remains loyal to Homelander. I have seen very little emotional intelligence or very little empathy or like any redeeming value out of Black Noir, other than, hey, he stood up against Soldier Boy and Homelander every now and again. So I'm actually putting him on heavily pro Elon. I don't see any reason to think he wouldn't submit to authority and, be the good little dog that he was, just like his entire. Yeah, in the end, like we felt bad for him and everything, but why? I think people like Black Noir because, he is mysterious and he is weird, but I don't get good guy vibes from him whatsoever. So I'm putting him in the heavily pro Elon, right next to his good buddy Homelander.
Given the brain damage thing, I'll just say if RFK is pro Elon, so is Black Noir.
I like it. I like it. Did you see that commercial he did for Steak and Shake? Did you see that?
I did not know.
Well, it wasn't a commercial, but he did a Fox News interview with Sean.
He was in a Steak and
Shake.
Yes,
yeah. He did a Fox News interview with Sean Hannity, and while they're talking, he says, "And Steak and Shake has they're now frying their French fries in beef tallow. They're doing a really good job. Customers are raving about it." He just kept talking about how great Steak and Shake was. Like, this is. I know it's so lazy to make the idiocracy jokes, but you can't anymore. It's like it's brought to you by Carl's Jr. like right in front of your face. What are you gonna say? All right. Who do we got next? I think it's my turn here. Stan Edgar. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I actually didn't think about my answer for this one, which is weird because I made the list. Stan Edgar. You know what? I got my answer. All right. I think that Stan Edgar would be heavily anti-Elon because they are both, in charge of businesses. They're obviously going to be rivals, whatever. He would have no respect. Either one of two things would happen. Either one, Stan Edgar would outsmart Elon Musk and have a better, more money and more control, more power and influence, or Elon Musk would Mr. Magoo his way to the top, just fumble around just like he did in the real world, and Edgar would be beneath him. Either fucking way, Stan Edgar is going to despise this guy. I don't think he's going to kill him. I don't think he sees him as enough of a threat. Even if Elon had the upper hand, he's like, yeah, eventually I'm taking this guy down. He's going to step on his own dick and fuck things up, or I'm going to outsmart him in the end. But I'm putting him in the solidly anti-Elon category. What about you, John?
Yeah, I would even put him as far as do the right thing.
Oh, shit.
Just for the sake of how much he would personally despise Elon Musk to his core.
Yeah.
Edgar is, say what you will about him, say that he is a terrible human being who's ruined the planet, because that is true.
Yeah.
But this man earned it. This man earned the ability to destroy the planet. He built every bit of this nuclear catastrophe from the ground floor up. He would despise someone like Elon Musk, and he would take him out just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. He wouldn't even care. He would see Elon as subhuman as Homelander sees the rest of us. Like he would probably hate Homelander more than anyone else on this list. And I don't even think it's close. Even if Elon personally attacked Mother's Milk, I don't think that Mother's Milk has the level of hatred within him to hate him more than Edgar would. So that's my take on that.
I think this is the one we agree on the most right here. Is that, or no, actually no, I didn't think he'd kill him, but the hatred part, the hatred of Musk, that I think Edgar would just take personal offense that they're in the same category. That
he would do the right thing, and it would actually also be for the right reasons. Because I was like, would he do the right thing for the wrong reasons? But no, he would do it because he deems Elon to not be worthy of existence anymore, and he would be correct about that.
You know what? You know why? Another reason too is that Stan Edgar actually worked with Nazis, and he's gonna but I make myself presentable. Like I actually,
I respected those Nazis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the ideology; it's your execution that I
exactly.
despise.
Yeah, you're giving them a bad name, man. I take offense. All the work I put into making Nazi ideology look respectable and be a household name. It's like, look what you're doing here, man. You're throwing out.
It's like Nick Fuentes. It's like Nick Fuentes. You see that?
Yes, yeah.
It's like,
come on.
I hate to admit it, but they were kind of right about Trump. He's clearly not in this for the cause. He's in this for himself.
It is like, imagine Stan Edgar watching TV and seeing Elon Musk hit the Nazi salute at the inauguration. Like, what is happening?
He'd be calling fucking head exploder Newman. He'd be calling Newman, pop it, pop it right now. He would call Newman. He would call what was that guy's name? Thomas Crooks or whatever, the guy from Butler. He'd have the deep supply and bad V.
Yes, yeah, right.
And it would be an overdose. Everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense."
All right, so last one here, Kamiko. Okay, it's my turn, I think. All right, Kamiko.
No, actually, no. We just did. So
it's your turn. Okay, good.
Yeah, so Kamiko would do the right thing. like she would probably hate him less than anyone else on this list, but she'd also have the least qualms about getting rid of him. Like she wouldn't even think that hard about it. I guess it kind of depends on what version of Kamiko we're talking about here, but through most of her run, she would have no problem with just.
I'm kind of kicking myself here because what I should have done is added a sixth secret category that I would go to now, which would be do the right thing and enjoy the fuck out of it. That's what I would put Kamiko. Like Kamiko's an immigrant already. Okay. So first off, that's going to, and she's a minority. Yeah, of course she would do the right fucking thing. Like the thought of the joy on Kamiko's face of of doing the right thing with Elon Musk. Whew, almost got
demonetized there.
Like whatever the right thing would be, Kamiko would enjoy every second of it. Like she's like, wow, I can't talk and I'm a better communicator than Elon Musk is. Like she would be offended by that in the first place. But getting rid of evil and ridding our discourse of this poisonous thought. I think Kamiko, I don't know. I added her. It was obvious, but I just think it was fun. I just think it's fun of an idea of having Kamiko take on Elon Musk. All right, that was pretty good and a fairly decent distribution. Like sometimes we have categories that aren't hit, but I think we did pretty good.
I think this was our most well-paced, most fun, and most thoughtful tier list we've done yet. I think we're getting better at this too.
We are.
If you guys agree with us, let us know in the comments and let us know what you want us to rank next, because we always just want to turn this into a pop culture talk show. So that is our goal with this entire thing. If you're watching this and you want to see more of us, definitely subscribe. Let us know in a comment what you want to see us talk about next week. You can also send your Left Wing reader mailbag messages to leftwingpod@gmail.com if you have a specific question you want us to answer next week. TJ, how about you take us away?
Yeah, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We had a fun show. Too bad Ate couldn't join us. Next week, we'll be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Feel free to join us. Then we'll have Tennessee Brando joining us next Wednesday. Always a pleasure to have him. And unlike the Founding Fathers, you can take our word as gospel. Do what we say. We demand it. Catch you guys later. All right.